All right, now we'll do the optional RFID card install, and optional only if you decide you want to or don't want to use an RFID tag as the input to the device to voice it. And for this install, we're going to need the RFID card reader here, a flathead screwdriver on the small side, 7 male to female jumper wires joined together, just tear off 7, an RFID tag that has been encoded with the word different in text, and we'll eventually be attaching everything to this terminal breakout board here. So first thing I'm going to do is move this. Oh, the other thing you're going to need your table printed out, preferably, for how the various pins on the RFID card will eventually end up as attached to slots on the terminal block. And so that's actually the thing we're going to start with first. I'll move the rest of these guys out of the way. And what I'm paying attention to is the colors on these wires. Doesn't matter whether I start on this side and work this way or this side and work this way, it doesn't matter. So first thing I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the labels on these pins on the card to the order of these items here in this list. And so what I see here is, it's really small writing. What I see is SDA, SCK, MOSI, MISO, IRQ. Am I off the screen? Yeah. IRQ, and then GND, RST, 3.3V, 3.3V, I suspect. And that does match the order in which these appear in this list. So I don't have to reorder these in any way. And I'll just right now go ahead and record what I think are the colors that I'm seeing here. So from left to right, brown, red, orange, yellow. IRQ we're going to skip, so we don't use that one. Then after yellow comes, I think that's a green. Then we have blue and purple or violet. Okay. So now the thing we're going to do is we're going to follow this part of the table, and we're going to put the male end of the brown jumper wire into slot 7, the male end of the red wire into slot 9, orange into 8. And you'll see that we may need to pull these apart a little bit to get the wire to stretch to the slot we need it to. I'm going to just preemptively pull them a little bit apart, but I want to keep them basically stuck together. So I'll keep that on the side, get my screwdriver, and it says the brown wire, which I hope look at that. Brown. Okay. Brown goes to 7 right here. So I'm gonna, looks like I've already screwed these down. I'm just gonna push these guys into the open gate, the open slot, and just start tightening until it stops, and I'll give a little tug on the wire just to make sure that it's in there. Next I have red, and that's going to 9, so these guys cross over each other. That's down. It is. Back up, a little tug, got it. And then orange is 8, so that's between the 7 and the 9. Get in there. Okay. Yellow goes to 10. 10 is up here, so this is the one that's going to stretch a little bit. In there. Green goes to ground, and we're going to use, I guess we're going to use the ground up here, huh? Because this one's taken up with my reset switch. So green goes to ground. We could also go with this one down here. In fact, I think I will, just to keep things from creeping up the terminal block any further than it has to. Unscrew you. In you go. Tug. Then blue goes to 6. That's over here. Tug. And violet goes to 3.3, so we'll just use the 3.3 that's right next to the ground. Push this out of the way a little bit. All right, so all we did was follow our instructions here. Brown, then we'll check it one more time here. Brown on 7. So it's readable for you guys too. Brown on 7. Light. Red on 9. Right. Orange on 8. Yellow on 10. Coming all the way up here. And green on ground down here. Right there. Blue on 6. Yeah, blue goes to 6. And violet goes to 3.3. Okay, so this is all set. And we're almost ready. So now I bring in the RFID card. We'll just leave the pins up like they are right now. And if I leave them up, the pin on the bottom here is SDA. And that is, if I remember right, SDA is brown. So I'm going to turn this set of jumper wires, so that brown is on the downside, just like SDA is. And I'm going to carefully work these from left to right. I have to make sure I don't let them cross over each other, get mixed up. I kind of carefully work them onto the tips here in order. Tips of these pins. And the thing to remember, whoops, I'm off there one. The thing to remember is that we're going to skip over the IRQ pin, because we're not going to use that one. So that's the 5th one up. And then green, blue, violet on the next 3. Skipping the IRQ. Green, blue, violet. Now we're just going to carefully and smoothly push them on. And keeping them all stuck together helps with making sure we don't, or that we put the right wire on the correct pin. All right, so that's the, now I can check one more time on this end and say I should see my wires, I should see brown, red, orange, yellow. Then I skip, and I should see green, blue, and violet in that order. And I do. So as long as I keep these nice and tight on the pins, we're set to go. And that's the end of assembling the RFID card to the terminal board here, which is the same as, in essence, connecting it to the Arduino.